Hello and welcome to Ilagan Whiteboard Fridays, where we look at various tax and compliance related issues in a user-friendly fashion. Today we will look at if you are trying to start a new blog, then what are the things that you should be aware of. First and foremost is the company incorporation. So do I need to incorporate a company? Well, it depends on your needs actually. If you are going to be a serious blogger and if you see a lot of growth into this space, then you should look at you should consider incorporating a new company. It could be a private limited, it could be a one-person company, it could be an LLP. What suits best for you, you can actually look out for our other videos which explains this concept in detail as to which entity type would be suitable mostly for your requirements. So we recommend, if you are not very serious, if you are not very clear as to what would be the scope and stuff, you can start it as a sole proprietorship, and then once you see growth in the business, then also you can start looking at incorporating a new legal entity. What are the license needed? So blog is typically a service-based industry. Here there are two major things. One is either you would be charging money for your advertisements that you display on the blog, or there could be some other sponsorships either on the articles or on the advertisements being displayed by various advertisers. So that's your income part, and the expense part could be again payment to hosting expense. There could be some payments from Google to Google and stuff to promote, or there could be some marketing and digital. Again, if it's a blog, generally you stick to digital marketing and sales, so there could be a lot of such activities to promote your blog. So you primarily need service tax registration if you are expecting a revenue of more than 10 lakhs in a particular year. If it is not, then you can actually avoid service tax as well. On the license side, again you would also need a TAN, which is related to most of your payments. So any payments that you make, proper taxes or TDS has to be deducted before making those payments. Again, if you are running it as a sole proprietorship, and if you are really bootstrapping or your revenues and income are at a very low end, even TDS can be avoided, because until you don't cross the 25 lakh or a 15 lakh professional income kind of stuff, then TDS is not mandatory to be deducted. So these things actually, that's why a sole proprietorship help you keep the things at a little lower stage if you are bootstrapping and you are not sure about the growth of the blog or popularity of it. So that would be one. Then yes, you would be running ads, and Google Ads is one of the popular tools. So you will have to sign up with Google. You may have to have you can specify your Indian account so that the Google, whatever earnings you have through the ads, can be transferred back to your Indian account. You can enter it into a sole proprietorship or the company or individual capacity, depending on how you have structured your company. Now Google generally sends you money in rupees. It does not send you in dollars. So and since these advertisements are rendered in India, because your blog, I'm assuming here is you're starting an Indian blog, and the intended readers are mostly from India. So Google also customizes ads which is related to India. So in a way, this would actually not qualify for an export income. So whatever revenues you are getting, in case if you have more than 10 lakhs revenues, then service tax would come onto this. So Google will give you money, and then you need to pay service tax on top of that to the government. Sponsorship, you can actually run direct ads, or you can even sponsored articles or anything from various publishers, advertisers, marketers. So for that you could be charging a money. Again, that would be more like a sponsorship or advertisement revenues. So proper service tax would be applicable, again depending on where your overall revenues are. Some other accounting, tax and compliances issues that you should be looking for is, again, if you are at a very bootstrapping in a sole proprietorship fashion, you may not require too much accounting and tax thing or any other compliances. Nowadays, people are even it is suggested that you register at least for professional tax, shops and establishment kind of thing, because these departments are also gaining traction and momentum, and it was always mandatory. It was never advisable to defer them. So check with your counsel or a chartered accountant as to whether those taxes should be applicable. Again, these vary from state to state, location to location. So check with them as to whether they are applicable or not. On the accounting side, yes, again, it is always good to have a proper accounting system so that you know what is coming in, what is going out, where, how much money you are making, where, how much money you are losing, and keep a track of your finances. But again, take a call depending on the cost of maintaining accounts and the overall revenues that you are in. But good to have these practices. So talk to a chartered accountant again to help you with accounting issues. Tax, as I have already mentioned, service tax, TDS, these are the things. Again, if you are employing people, so if there are employees, if you are paying them salaries, then, or if there are consultants, like a lot of time bloggers actually assemble with a lot of other guest bloggers or friends to blog, write specific articles. If you are making payment to them as consultants, then proper taxes has to be deducted, TDS. So those compliances would be needed. Yeah, so these are some of the things. So payroll, accounting, taxes, and professional tax, shop and establishment. These are some compliances that you should be looking at. So it's not so difficult. Again, if you are just starting up, thinking of launching a blog, just to go and see how the traction is, and rather if you see some traction, then you take it to a more serious level. Go ahead with a sole proprietorship. A lot of things get simplified here. It's so easy to start a blog, so just go ahead and show to the world what your ideas are, or help the ecosystem grow in a much better fashion. That's it, Neil Lagan Whiteboard Friday today. Thanks for attending it. Feel free to drop us an email at support@elagan.com or check out our knowledge base at elagan.com/kb. Thank you.